this is your master list for what to read after Fourth Wing. You have loved and devoured Fourth Wing. You are honestly obsessed and you don't know what to read next. And this video is for you. I have put together a very curated list of books that have similar vibes, morally gray MMCs, dark academia, dragons, and these are all handpicked and books that I loved, and I think they will definitely cure any Fourth Wing type hangover. And if you haven't read any of these books, make sure you're adding them to your TBR. Let me know in the comments which books you've already read, if you've read all of these, if you heard of all of these, because I'm always so curious. So sit back, grab a little snack, and let's chat about some of these books. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books here, so it shouldn't be too long. And some of these are full series, so you'll be plenty occupied if you run through all these 9 books quickly. The first book I have here is Empire, Flame, and Thorns by Marion Blackwood. This was such a fun read. She is a fae, and she enters these trials to earn her freedom. She has emotion magic, and our male main character is a dragon shifter commander, and he is trying to sabotage these trials. So it's definitely much giving Fourth Wing. He's a dragon, there's trials. It's very just fun, good. There's some spice. Nothing really to be like, oh my god, this is the best book I've ever read, but it's definitely a fun, good time. I'm actually going to be rereading this series because I read this book quite a while ago, and since then more books have come out, and so I definitely want to get back on that train and finish out the series. I think it is almost completed because one of my mutuals said that as the series progresses, it is literally might be one of like her god tier series, and I trust her judgment. So I definitely will be finishing up this series. Now, Zodiac Academy. Now stick with me here. I know a lot of people might be like, Zodiac Academy has nothing to do with Fourth Wing. And with that aspect, I disagree. One, it's dark academia. We have lots of different mythical creatures in here, one of them being dragon shifters. And I think this book is fun. If you're looking for a good time and you haven't read Zodiac Academy, you definitely need to. If you're looking for an epic masterpiece, this is probably not the series for you. But if you want something that's fun, that's entertaining, has tons of emotional damage, and will keep you wanting to read book after book, then this is a series that you will definitely like. There's so many different elements in here within this book, lots of different tropes, but I actually think it's well done. The magic is very easy to understand. The first book, I feel like a lot of people have a little bit of a hard time getting into because it is a bully romance and it's kind of heavy on the bullying, so a lot of people kind of get turned off by that. But the series quickly adapts and changes, and it turns into so much more than a bully romance. That's literally in book 1. And book 1 is also giving Harry Potter Hogwarts vibes mixed with like a CW show. So, I mean, it's highly entertaining. It is a book that I just think everyone should read. It's fun. I feel like Flame and Fallacies by Courtney Wims is a very underrated book, especially if you like books with dragons, because I get a lot of people in my comments being like, I want more books with dragons. What do you recommend? This is always one that I know a lot of people haven't read yet, because it is indie published, so I don't feel like it has a lot of hype around it yet, but I ate this book up. We have a baby dragon who has like sassy personality, and our main character finds a dragon egg like in the ground, and the story kind of off from there. There's also like love triangle situation happening that's like well done, lots of twists and turns, and it's just a really good book. I really enjoyed this one, and I haven't read the second book yet, but I have heard the second book is even better than the first, so I will be reading that very soon. Spark of the Everflame by Penn. Now, when I read this book, I got like Throne of Glass vibes from it. I remember I was like waiting to put my kids down to bed so I could go back and like binge this book on the couch because I was so invested, literally from like the first few pages. And when I read this book at that time, it was a book that I hadn't had that feeling with in a long time. Now, the FMC can be a little bit annoying at times because she's kind of like learning different things, but our MMC is underrated. He is a great MMC. Also like pet dragon situation going on. The 4th and final book is supposed to be coming out in 2026, but it was also supposed to be coming out in 2024, so I don't know. So I have not finished the series, but I have read the first 3 books, and probably before that 4th book's come out, I will go ahead and reread this because I thought it was fun. I love books that have like healer, and our FMC is also a healer in this book, and I really enjoyed it. Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden is a really also underrated series. It is a trilogy and it is completed, which is bonus points, obviously. But there's dragons in here. She gets abducted. There's lots of twists and turns and betrayal, a little bit of like court intrigue. And I just thought this was really fun. I don't see a lot of people ever really talking about this series, and I'm honestly not sure why. I love books where he abducts her and you don't really know what's going on. And then one of the twists in here literally had my jaw on the floor. I thought it was so fun. And she literally gets to like ride on a dragon. I know a ton of people that have read Serpents in the Wings of Night, and it cured their fourth wing hangover. And it does not have dragons. It does not have Dark Academia vibe, but it does have like trial and competitions. This is more vampire based. And I actually read this book after I read Fourth Wing, and so I can confirm it did cure. I love Carissa Broadbent's writing. I think she is a great author. And I just thought this book was fun. Our main character is a human living in kind of like a vampire world, and she's also the adopted daughter of a vampire king. And she enters these trials and is forced to kind of work with this reluctant ally, you could say, who happens to be a mysterious, dangerous vampire. So you kind of see where the story's going, but I flew through this book. The trials were really fun. They were engaging. I literally loved it. On Wings of Blood by Briar Bullen was such a fun book. People like to hate on the writing in here, and I loved it. I mean, I wouldn't say like, my God, I'm gonna go and this is a masterpiece of a book, but I thought it was so much fun. Our female main character literally wakes up on a body of corpses, and she is from another realm. She is then like into this arranged marriage, like right off the bat, and then has to go to this academy. They think like she might be a dragon rider because she's from a different realm and she doesn't really know anything of how she got there. They don't know why she's there, but she has these like elements of like possibly being a dragon rider. Book one was really fun, and I immediately went to book two, which is not usually something I do, and I'm still anxiously waiting for book three to be released, which comes out later this year, which I'm so happy to go in and finish this trilogy. The Scars Within by Angie Dalton was one of the books that I loved last year. Now, a lot of people think that this book is too similar to Fourth Wing, and I disagree. There are some elements that definitely are similar, but I also think this book stands on its own 2 feet. It's a lot more raw and emotional than Fourth Wing. There is a Dragon Rider Academy, bonded dragons, but it's definitely more on the darker side. And it's more, I mean, it's just more emotional and raw. And there's also like twin brothers situation going on. I thought this FMC was very relatable. She liked Romantasy books. She likes hot coffee. She works at like a barista stand in the academy, and I just love this book. Second book was just released, so that is out well, and the narration on this one, if you listen to audiobooks, was absolutely phenomenal. It is dual narrated. Now take out wolves out of the equation and add in some dire wolves, and you have Direbound by Sable Sorensen. It's very similar elements to Fourth Wing. We have a dark academia vibe. We have bonded creatures that you can speak kind of mind to mind. And our FMC ends up, she wants to join the military because her sister gets abducted from their home. And so she hopes that if she joins the military, she can find a way to bring back her sister. She doesn't realize that there's these trials this year when she joins though, and she's forced to like bond with a direwolf. She ends up at this academy, lots of twists and turns. I mean, this book kept me up so late trying to finish it. I loved it. I can like foaming at the mouth to read the second book. That's how good I love it. Like, that's how much I loved it. But some of the twists in here, I was really not expecting. I loved the main characters in this story. I loved the direwolf. Talk about like snarky ancient direwolf that just kind of like says how she feels, but then you also like respect her. That is this book. Hopefully you found some books that will kind of cure your Fourth Wing hangover. Let me know which of these ones you have read or you haven't read, or which ones you might have piqued your interest a little bit, and comment them down below. And as always, thank you for being here. You know, it really does mean a lot. Make sure you're following and please like this video. It really does help me, and thank you so much.